So let me start afresh. Okay, so I want to make my Bitcoin analysis. So I mark out my yesterday's high and yesterday's low. So whatever I'm doing, I need to fall in this zone. So I have an area important as well, which was inside yesterday, which is a day before yesterday's low. So I need, why I mark out these zones, if I'm looking for long for today, I should wait for my price to sweep this low. If I'm looking for short, I should be looking at these zones, this other zone at the top. I should be looking for shorts at these other zones and this area. So these are the zones I'll be looking for shorts. So right now, I'll move over to my 4 hours time frame. So on my 4 hours time frame, the previous 4 hours is just this zone. So the zone I'll be looking for short is above this zone, looking for long below this zone. These are my candle ranges for my analysis on this. I use 4 hours and 1 day for my candle ranges analysis. So right now, what next should I trade? I need to look at the structure of the market. So let me delete this so I won't have too much line. Leave only my 1 day time frame area of focus. So right now, what am I trading? I need to go back to my 1 hour charts. So right now, I need to check the structure of the market. What is the market doing? So if our market is making series of lower lows right now on 1 hour time frame, because there is already a shift in the structure to a downtrend. So what will I be trading here? So at this zone, this current 1 hour chart, I have a zone that was left one. So because when you look at, something happened at this area. So look at when this was making series of lower lows yesterday, we had something like a shift in structure here at this zone. We had something like a shift in structure at this zone. So we had something like a shift in structure at this zone, which failed. So when we had that shift in structure, there was a zone as well that was not, it was retested, but it didn't play out. So there was a breaker block here at this zone, because when this did a fake change of character, there was another block here that caused this change of character. So but it failed, so leaving an imbalance here. So there is already, the price broke through it, so it's now a breaker block. So we have a breaker block here. So but looking at our breaker block, the zone of our breaker block, it's so wide. If your zone of breaker block is so wide, what do? Most times I use 50% of this. I use 50% of this. So I'm waiting for my price to tap in at this zone. So mind you, I had my 1 day area of interest. I had this a day before yesterday low, so as an area of interest. So on my breaker block, it still falls inside this area. I So if I'm looking for shorts and I have my area of interest on my 1 day to be here, so the area of my 1 day area of interest is, and my breaker block falls within the same place. So at least I'm getting confident that I have my point of interest here, which makes my shorts valid if eventually this breaker block will push the price down. So if this pushes the price down, I have a zone I'm looking at, which is this area, because I have a lot of liquidities clustered at this zone. So I'll be looking for price to push this, looking for something like this into this zone. So this is what I'll be looking at on Bitcoin for today. So currently I'll patiently wait for price to move inside this area before taking my shots. So but the place I'm targeting is this particular 50% of this breaker block. But because I have my 1 day point of interest at this area, price might slightly tap in this zone. So if price starts heading inside this area, I will be preparing for my shots on Bitcoin. So that's what I'll be playing on Bitcoin for today. So if there is any yesterday's high and yesterday's low and a day before yesterday low, which is at this zone. So these are my 3 points of interest. So I need to go down to my lower time frame to get my entries and look at the structure of the market. So I'm going to 15 minutes time frame. So looking at our 15 minutes time frame, the price has already did change of character and we're likely making lower lows. So when you look at this area, there is another block here, of which this other block is so big, the price is still tapping inside the other block. So and it's already at my point of interest on 1 day, on my 1 day point of interest at this zone. So I have a valid order block at this area. So right now I need to patiently wait for my lower time frame to determine when I'm going to take this particular trade. So how do I take this particular trade? How do I know if this other block will hold or not? There are a way you will know if this other block will hold or not. So you need to check your chart pattern on a time frame lower than this zone, because you need to take a trade. This other block is still valid, but as you can see, it's a wide order block, and our price can as well still tap outside this other block and not so far, and it will still be valid. So when you check your chart pattern, let me go to something like 3 minutes. So you check your chart pattern. The chart pattern is like a rising wedge and co. So I have my pattern, still have chart pattern like this. So I already have a bearish chart pattern. So this market is moving up with a rising wedge. So how do I know when to take my trade to give a confirmation on this lower time frame? So what gives me confirmation on the lower time frame with this rising wedge? So I need to start increasing my lower time frame until I stop seeing this wedge pattern structure. So I need to go to 5 minutes. I'm still seeing this wedge pattern structure, which means I still need to go higher again. going higher again. I'm still seeing this my wedge pattern structure. I'm still seeing my wedge pattern structure. So I still need to go higher again to 10 minutes. Sorry. Okay. So I need to go to 10 minutes. I'm having a glitch on this. Okay. On my 10 minutes, I'm still seeing this chart pattern. So it's still valid. Still going back to my 15 minutes. I'm still seeing this chart pattern on my 15 minutes. Using my 20 minutes. I'm seeing this chart pattern on my 20 minutes. Using my 30 minutes. I still see a bit of this chart pattern on my 30 minutes. Using my 1 hour, I'm no longer seeing any sign of that chart pattern. So my 30 minutes will be my change of character in this area. So mind you, this is my 15 minutes order block, but because of the chart pattern that the market is going up with, the zone I should be looking for my change of character is this 30 minutes. So when I need this 30 minutes to give me something like this, so this is what I'll be looking for my 30 minutes on gold. If I could get this on gold without breaking this, so I need this on gold. Actually, I need something like this on gold. If I could get this change before we break this chart pattern support line, then I'm good. So right now, actually waiting for this to happen as well. And also I have a zone on this 30 minutes to be here. I also have, so when you notice there is a zone up here as well on 30 minutes, and we have this on 30 minutes, while on our 15 minutes we also have an order block at this zone. So right now on gold, I'm waiting for change of character on 30 minutes to determine if it happens here or it happens here. So whichever one that is valid, then I'll be taking the trade on gold. So someone is asking, is BTC okay? This is gold. So on Bitcoin, this is my evaluation on Bitcoin. This is my evaluation on Bitcoin. You can see this is my evaluation on Bitcoin. I'm waiting for my price to tap in at this breaker block on Bitcoin before we move down to around 63,000 for today. So this is my ranging trade for today. Just take a shot around 65,000 down to 63,000. So this is for Bitcoin and gold. So right now I'm checking let me go to Ethereum. Let me know what Ethereum gives me. Let me look at 1 hour of Ethereum because okay, let me use my 1 day point of interest first. So this is my 1 day point of interest, which is my yesterday's high and yesterday's low, and the previous day low as well. So this is my point of interest on 1 day on Ethereum. So having this as my point of interest, I need to go down to my lower time frame to check the market structure. So the structure of my market is moving on 1 hour. We have not had any change of structure on Ethereum on 1 hour. Look at the last price movement on Ethereum. So we've not had any change of structure on Ethereum on 1 hour. We only had internal change of structure on Ethereum. So let's check the time frame that gives us our change of structure on Ethereum. Okay, looking at 15 minutes, we are already making lower low on Ethereum 15 minutes. So okay, so on Ethereum 15 minutes, we are making lower low. So but right now we need to check our area of concentration. Where are we looking to have our shots on Ethereum? So right now I had the last structure of Ethereum. So this is what we are getting here on Ethereum. So this is the last structure I'm looking at on Ethereum. So what should I be looking for on Ethereum at this zone? What should I be looking for? So on this lower time frame, I need to look out if there is a breaker block at this zone. There is a breaker block. Maybe if we get, but there is none on this 15 minutes. There is a breaker block. Let me check 10 minutes. Or maybe an imbalance, which I'm getting none for now. Okay, I need to check for imbalance on our Ethereum 15 minutes. So right now I'm yet to figure out what I should mark as my area of interest on Ethereum. I'm closely looking at that. So I'm not seeing any good point of interest on Ethereum right now on 30 minutes using my 1 hour again. Still no good zone. I'm checking my 2 hours. So okay, on my 2 hours on Ethereum, so which is just an internal structure. This is an internal structure on my 2 hours. So remember, this is my 1 day point of interest. So anything that happens at this zone, I should be getting ready for my shots. So my 2 hours time frame, I have my order block here that caused this break of structure. But remember, this is an internal break of structure. So this is an internal break of structure. I'm permitted to use internal break of structure. This is a standard break of structure which have not happened yet. So when you look, the structure of this is still valid, but there is an internal break of structure here that I can also use, which is very correct So you can use internal break of structure or external break of structure. So right now on Ethereum, I have this zone. On my Ethereum, I have this zone. So I'm expecting price to tap in at this break of structure and give me a movement here. Will be my first target. Then my second target is around this zone. So I'll be looking for this on Ethereum. When I have, this is my first target. This zone will be my second target. This zone will be my second target. So on Ethereum, I'm waiting for my price to tap in at this other block here on 2 hours. Then before giving me this, and someone would like to ask, oh, why didn't I use the other block at 15 minutes? Let me go back and show you why I did not use my other block on 15 minutes. Someone will mark this as another block in 15 minutes. Yeah, I have this. Someone will, okay, why didn't you mark this other block in 15 minutes? So I have my reasons I don't mark this other block in 15 minutes. I will teach you something many will not tell you. Right now, when you're marking your other block, your other block must stay strictly to the current structure break. And this 15 minutes, we have this structure already. We have this structure and it's broken. So this other block caused the change of the break of structure at this area. This other block here caused the break of structure here. And we have another structure on 15 minutes here. And we have another block that causes break of structure in this 15 minutes. So mind you, this other block was because of this break of structure at this zone. And this other block on 15 minutes is no longer valid if price is coming back to that area. This 15 minutes, where you should be marking your other block on 15 minutes is this particular area, this particular zone. So once this break of structure is no longer there, you shouldn't be using this 15 minutes for anything other block again, trying to mark your other block here or looking for another block as far as this 15 minutes is concerned, because we've already had a structure shift here. When price went above here, we already have a structure shift. So if you're looking for shorts, as far as this chart is concerned, this 15 minutes is concerned, you shouldn't be looking for other block with this 15 minutes again. That is why I have to go to higher time frame to check a valid order block, because as far as this 15 minutes is concerned, this has already changed character, and you should not be looking for shorts in this 15 minutes anymore. This 15 minutes is not what you should use as your order block. But you can see that if as I went higher to my order time frame, I still got a valid order block. So you might use this 15 minutes as another block and it works out, and you feel that this is what made it. It wasn't this other block on 15 minutes that made it work out. It's valid because of another block from a higher time frame. So that is why I went higher to a place that still has a bearish structure, which was 2 hours. So I had my 2 hours here, and you can see I still have my bearish structure on 2 hours. So I have my berry structure on 2 hours. Without any change of character yet. So if you're trying to use that particular 15 minutes as an order block, you are wrong, because there is already a change of character in that particular 15 minutes. So mind you, you might ask, why am I using this as a break of structure? This is internal break of structure. This is internal break of structure. It's internal break of structure. It's valid as far as you're using it as an internal break of. This is an internal break of structure. On an external break of structure, it has not happened yet, but you can also use an internal break of structure until the market gives you whatever you're looking for. So right now, I'll be looking for my shorts on Ethereum. Once price if price tap in, so I should be looking like 50% on Ethereum, maybe around this zone. So okay, maybe around this zone. If price tap in any of this, all the way back to this other zone here. So my first target here, second target, so this is what I'll be looking at on my Ethereum. So if there is any question you can ask. If there is none, we should be ending our live stream now.